Welcome to Under Pressure. We are very excited to be back for another week, and today we are starting off with Superstars of the Week. We're going to go around the desk and see who our superstars were this week. So, we're going to kick it off with Luca.
All right, this week, a lot of great performances from a lot of players across many sports. But my pick this week is Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. You know, he passed for 343 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Bucs, who are arguably one of the best teams and best defenses in the entire league. He torched them, made them look like they were the worst defense in the league, and got a really huge win in the NFC, winning 34-24. I'm very happy for Matthew Stafford. I felt like he was always a phenomenal quarterback, and was always just in a bad situation with the Lions, and I'm happy he's finally his talents are getting appreciated, and they're translating into wins.
Similar to Darnold, don't you think?
Very, very similar to the Darnold situation with the Panthers.
Getting the chance. Evan, who do you have?
All right, so my superstar of the week, shout out to Pat McAfee for the brand. Kickers are people too. Dustin Hopkins, all right? The last guy on special teams that when you're fumbling the ball, you think is going to come and recover it, he did it against the team he used to play for. I mean, how much better can you get? And also, speaking of kickers, we had another amazing kicker do great this week. And who was that?
We sure did. Justin Tucker, 35-year-old kicker. He made history yesterday, which everybody witnessed, and it was so exciting. 66 yards, beat Prater, who had 64 previously. I mean, did you guys see it? Did you see it live?
Yeah, there's something in the air in Detroit because I think Prater broke the record there too, so they're just living it up down there.
It looked like they had just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, they were all running around.
Except it was in Detroit and it was away, so I think they're like so used to like the punishment at this point that they're just like, yep, saw that coming from a mile away.
Very true.
Totally just seemed like the perfect, Detroit Lions thing to happen. They had the game in the bag. They had a 4th and 19. All you gotta do is not let them gain 19 yards. They give up a big pass, and they give up a 66-yard field goal. That's just the Lions' luck here. But yeah, watching that live, that was unbelievable. I had a feeling, even just watching him line up to it, I had a feeling he was just going to make it. Justin Tucker, I don't know if you guys agree, but I believe he's the best kicker in the league right now. Especially nowadays where, kickers, they don't seem like they're as good. They're missing more. They're choking more. They're definitely struggling and they're feeling the pressure. And Justin Tucker just remains automatic. So seeing that, absolutely great moment. Great athlete for this week.
Do you guys know about the kicker from the 70s? I think he had 63 yards. He had half a foot.
Half a foot.
He had like a square boot. And yeah, I guess he held one of the records.
Do you
at
think
one point.
if Justin Tucker took off his leg and put it on another kicker, would they still be able to make it, or do you think it's like a full body?
No,
you have to be born with that leg.
Do you think it's just him?
I think it's just a Justin Tucker gene. I think you need the full physique, everything to be able to do it. You need everything.
No, he's got the salt and pepper going.
Yeah.
He's getting a little up there in age, but
right.
Aging like fine wine.
Exactly.
Luca, did you have any runners up at all?
Yeah. So there's good performances this week. There's also some very bad performances this week. Zach Wilson, another not so great week for him. Scored a total of 0 points. Not a good look, especially in the preseason after everyone's like, oh, Zach Wilson's amazing. He's better than Daniel Jones. He's going to do awesome. He's the best in this draft. He's better than Trevor Lawrence, all this stuff.
I heard he was the next Aaron Rodgers, too.
I heard that as well. That just goes to show, you can't judge everything off of preseason. Now, he has time to improve, but right now, it's not looking good for him.
Nope.
Not looking good at all.
Evan, did you have any runners up?
Yeah, so my runners up, I had 2 guys who did some things they're definitely going to regret in the near future, and that's Kayvon Pope, Ohio State linebacker, who viewed himself as a superstar, but everybody else on the team saw him as expendable. Because in the middle of the game, he pulled a Bills Vontae Davis and quit mid-game from the team, gave his gloves and his shoes to fans, was taking off his jersey, tweeted out some not so nice things about the school, and then issued an apology and expected to be let back on the team, and ended up getting booed off the team anyway, so that was a brutal time.
He used a profanity in his tweet, and he misspelled it too.
Yeah.
A little bit of an embarrassing situation.
Yep.
Imagine him walking into class today.
Yep.
Awkward.
English class, they're all over him.
I guess, though, there's any way to go out, he went out the best way. Keep the gloves out, made a nice kind of, last kind of impression.
Yeah.
Made his last fans of probably his career, so.
Yeah.
We could totally make bets about whether or not he'll transfer.
Yeah. Hey, Akron needs him. They lost 59-7, so Akron.
He's out there now.
Come calling.
Unless he quits on them, too. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So my runners-up had to be, this is my segment, I gotta make the rules. You can have retired players. Eli Manning. I do not like getting emotional, but the tears, I had to suck them back into my eyes. Oh my gosh. Also, Fox Sports unfortunately did not show his ceremony. So Eli had his number retired and he was entered into the Ring of Honor yesterday. And they didn't show it, so you had to go on the app or the website. It was a wonderful ceremony, and unfortunately the Giants did not win, which I thought he deserved better than that. But it was really wonderful. It was nostalgic, and there was kind of that feel that we need back in the Giants organization, that everyone was just elated to see him out there. It was really exciting. I mean, Sean O'Hara announced him, and then they redid some of the iconic Super Bowl plays. It was exciting. It was nice. And John Mara got booed, which was interesting.
That's fun.
Yes.
Yep. They're definitely in the town where you can go from the hero to the villain in a matter of minutes.
Oh, absolutely. Same with the Yankees, the Mets. Everybody in New York can get booed.
Yep.
Jeter got booed at one point. Other than that, I'd say Giancarlo Stanton was definitely one of the superstars of the weekend. But we will go over that in our baseball segment. And you guys have any other last comments?
I think my last guy, real quick, was Lyle Collins, who tried to bribe the drug tester into not testing for him. So that was a bit nuts. And apparently he missed 7 drug tests before that, so that was the reason. So that was crazy. But so that was definitely my last superstar of the week.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, as a Cowboys fan, that's very devastating to see. He's one of the better offensive linemen they have. And just a lot of bad luck going on with the Cowboys and that sort of thing. A lot of guys getting on the COVID list and whatnot. But yeah, that's just insane. He was in trouble too going into the league as well. So hopefully, he can clean himself up and get back on the field because he's a very good offensive lineman. But talk about people getting back on the field. Josh Gordon just signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Very true. It'll be interesting. I mean, he has a rough record, but it'll be nice to see him succeed.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, that's all we've got for this week on Superstars of the Week. Come back to Under Pressure in a little bit.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you
Welcome back to Under Pressure. On this week's baseball segment, we're going to be talking baseball playoff predictions. I'm here with Evan and Erin, and I just want to get into the first topic. The first set playoff matchup is the Astros versus the White Sox. What are your thoughts going into this series?
I want the White Sox all the way.
Absolutely.
15-game winning streak, and they just have the momentum right now. And I feel like in the beginning of the season, this might be a not so popular opinion, but I feel like they were a little underrated. And I just feel like they can really do it right now. They just were against the Tigers, benches cleared for a great fight. They are in it to win it. They want it. And it's just good. It should be really exciting. They're first in the AL Central, so I think they can do it.
Evan?
I find it hard to bet against the Astros.
Yeah, for
Unpopular
sure.
opinion. However, this would probably set the record for the oldest manager matchup of all time with Tony La Russa and Dusty Baker. Like, they have grandchildren that they can bring to the games. I don't think that's ever happened before. So, and then they also have a overperforming Correa, and even after losing George Springer, they're still the only team in their division that is officially cemented in the playoffs.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I honestly, I want the White Sox to win. I said it last week, they're my World Series pick. I just love the White Sox this year. And I think they're one of the only lineups that can actually compete with the Astros. You know, they have guys like Tim Anderson, Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, just absolutely insane. And you look at their rotation, Lance Lynn, Carlos Rodon, Dylan Cease, Lucas Giolito, Liam Hendricks in the bullpen, Craig Kimbrell in the bullpen. I think they're one of the only teams that can actually beat the Astros. So I'm picking the White Sox to win the series. But again, it is very hard to bet against the Astros because, I mean, it's the Astros. So
Exactly.
It's insane.
And Kimbrell just got there too.
And
So it's
he
exciting.
struggled at first, but now he's settled down. He's doing his thing. I mean, I think the White Sox are honestly an unstoppable force. But
Yeah.
I want to get into the second topic, the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't even know what number winning streak they're on. They're just winning every single game nowadays. What are your guys' thoughts on this winning streak? Do you think they hold this momentum into the playoffs, or do you think that they lose that wild card game?
Okay, I do have to say, I said the wrong team before. Cardinals are on a 15-winning game streak.
There you go.
They do have the momentum right now. I think they can take on the Dodgers. The Dodgers are not, personally, I don't think they're living up to the expectation that people had for them going into the season. I think that they can do it because the momentum will carry into the playoffs. And it can be lost, but I don't know. I think they're doing so well, and it hasn't gotten to this place in a while, so I think they'll be okay.
I think they're an incredibly overperforming team when they were underperforming at first, but of course when you have Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt in your lineup, that tends to help. Plus you got, however, this is the big point. Castellanos is the bearer of bad news. Cincinnati is only 5.5 games back of the Cardinals for second place. So Castellanos hits a dinger, and the Reds clinch the second wild card spot. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Cardinals going against the Dodgers, I mean, I'm just going to have to pick the Dodgers. I understand that the Cardinals are on their 15-game winning streak, whatever, but I remember the Yankees were on a 13-game winning streak, and then right after they lost that winning streak, they went on like a 5-game losing streak. Like they lost like 5 of their last 8. Like they were just not playing good at all. So I'm a big believer in momentum in baseball, but I'm also a big non-believer in momentum in baseball.
Especially in a one-game wild
Exactly, especially in a one-game playoff match when Max Scherzer is definitely going to be on the mound.
True.
And if he's not, then Walker Buehler is going to be on the mound. And if he's not, then Clayton Kershaw is going to be on the mound. So.
And if he's not, then Julio Urias is going to be on the mound. So
It's going to be a tough game for the Cardinals no matter what. And it's not like the Dodgers aren't going to be fired up themselves. They're going to be ready for that game. They want to get into the playoffs and they want to repeat, you know? So I definitely think that the Dodgers would end up taking down the Cardinals. But, I mean, the Cardinals do have the momentum, but it's the Dodgers we're talking about.
there you go.
But last we have the Phillies versus the Braves. Currently, I believe that series is starting tonight. It's Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies, and then the Yankees versus Blue Jays, which I know me and Erin are very heavily invested in. What do you guys think about that, both of those series?
All right. I think that the Braves, of course, you know, every time you think they're underperforming, they come back and win the division. So I think they're going to take the division, and the Phillies may get in that wild card. And then, I don't know, the Blue Jays have a lot of young stars, but the Yankees have a lot of established stars. So it's kind of a hard one there. So it's definitely a tricky answer. I guess I'll go Yankees winning the division, and the Blue Jays probably taking that wild card spot. Not entirely positive on that one.
For the Phillies, I'm actually really enjoying seeing Joe Girardi succeed.
Yes, for sure.
But
Always a soft spot for him.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he ever should have left the Yankees, but I think the Braves might take it. I love Freddie Freeman. I just think if they get it going, they'll continue, and I think they'll just take it. I think they're a little stronger than the Phillies.
I mean, honestly, I think that the Braves will take it over the Phillies. I mean, I just think the Braves are a much better team than the Phillies. I understand the Phillies have guys like Harper, who's going to be the MVP, and Zach Wheeler, who's a Cy Young candidate, but when you look at the Braves lineup from top to finish, you know, you guys got Freddie Freeman, MVP candidate every single year. Hopefully he's a Yankee next year. He's a free agent. You never know. Ozzie Albies, Dansby Swanson finally blowing out.
Yep.
Just absolutely insane lineup. And the Phillies are pretty much done for. I'm pretty sure if they lose like 1 or 2 of these games, they're just done. So I think the Braves will clinch, but looking at the Yankees and Blue Jays series, I'm scared. I'm probably more scared for this series than I am the last series with the Red Sox. The Blue Jays just seem to always have our number. Look at their young stars, Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr. They always have some random guy that always hits home runs against the Yankees. It's just like Randall Grichuk, like come on, like guys and nobody.
Not to mention George Springer.
Yeah, exactly. I completely forgot about
some
George
firepower
Springer.
going on there.
Guy's insane. Robbie Ray, scary. I mean, it's going to be a very scary series, but I think the Yankees will end up coming out on top. I mean, they have a pretty good lead right now as the first wild card spot because we swept the Red Sox. So I think the Yankees will take it, but I mean, would I be surprised if the Blue Jays come out and they win 2 out of 3 or possibly sweep us? No, because I've seen this story plenty of times with the Yankees, and there's times where we look like the best team in baseball, and then the next day, we're the worst team in baseball, like worse than the Pirates. So
We have a toxic relationship. with them.
exactly. we're very inconsistent. So
There you go.
I mean, I guess we'll see. But that's going to conclude it for this segment of Under Pressure. Tune in for our next segment.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our final segment here of Under Pressure. I am your host, Nick Presto. Joining alongside me today, we have Luca and Erin. So for the final segment here, we got the new classic, the Presto's Picks. I guess we're going to call it that. We started it last week, week 3 NFL season. Obviously, Monday Night Football is going to be happening today, so I took that game off, and I think we'll add it on to this week. So going back to last week, we actually have a 5-way tie for first place with the picks, all coming in at 10-5. We have David Calloway, Erin Mulligan, Evan O'Brien, who's been on stage already, Charlie Cangelosi, and Dan Usurski. So shout out to all 5 of you guys for finishing in first place.
Thank you.
But we will see if that lasts. So let's get right on into week 4. So starting off, we'll start it off with the Monday night game tonight. So we have the Eagles traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. I personally am going with the Dallas Cowboys tonight.
Luca?
Presto, I'm agreeing with you. You know, they're rivals. They always play each other close, but I'm taking the Cowboys.
Erin?
I'm taking the Cowboys. As a Giants fan, it's very difficult, but I have a lot of confidence in Dak.
Clean sweep. All right, so now moving into week 4 of the NFL season, we have Thursday Night Football, Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Luca?
So I got the Bengals winning this game, and I feel like the Bengals are just surprising a lot of people this year. And I also think the Jaguars, they don't look good, and it's not going to get much better for them. So Bengals it is.
Erin?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals too. I mean, Burrow's doing wonderful, and Trevor Lawrence is pretty much, with all respect to him, but quite the disappointment.
Yeah, I must say that is another clean sweep because I'm also taking the Bengals. Joe Burrow's had a great season so far. Very happy to see him bounce back from that ACL tear. So now the next game we have here, the Tennessee Titans travel to MetLife to take on the greatest football franchise of all time, the New York Jets. You guys already know who I took.
Bold.
It's the Jets, baby. We're getting our first win this week. Zach Wilson's going to throw for 5 touchdowns and 400 yards. Watch.
Yeah, so making picks, honestly, anytime you see a team go against the Jets, you pick against the Jets. So I'm picking the Titans. The Jets are an absolute just dumpster fire. So Titans it is.
Good strategy. Titans all the way.
Expected. So now we have the other New York team, New York Giants, at the Jameis Winston New Orleans Saints. Erin?
Honestly, the Saints are stronger, but I have to be dedicated because I respect that from you, Presto. So I'm taking the Giants.
I figured that. Luca?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup. You know, we've seen a lot of versions of Jameis Winston and the Saints. We've seen very good play from him, very bad play from him, but I think this is going to be a day where it's going to be very good play from him, so I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Erin, but I'm also going to be taking the Saints on this one. I think this is going to be the Jameis Winston we're going to see throw 5 touchdowns, 500 yards this time.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Saints. And then here we have a slipping Kansas City Chiefs team traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. I don't think this is going to last that long. I'm taking the Chiefs to definitely win this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Chiefs just have so much more talent. The Eagles, you know, not looking too great outside Jalen Hurts, so I'm going with the Chiefs.
Erin?
Yeah, the Chiefs are overall much stronger. They're just in some type of funk now, so I'm taking the Chiefs over the Eagles.
They'll snap out of it. Then we have the red-hot Sam Darnold leading Carolina Panthers at the Dallas Cowboys. Erin?
I'm becoming quite a Darnold fan. I'm really happy to see them doing so well without McCaffrey, who for the past couple of years has really carried them.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see. So Panthers over Cowboys.
I'm going to have to disagree. I'm taking the Cowboys. You know, I think the Panthers not having Christian McCaffrey, that's a huge loss for them. And I just think the Cowboys, you know, they're offensively, they're much better, and they're just going to be able to put up some more points than the Panthers. But it'll be a good game, but Cowboys.
I still have all the love in the world for Sam Darnold, but I think that hot streak is going to end. I think the loss of McCaffrey is going to lead to their first loss, and the Dallas is going to take it next week. Then we have an exciting game. The Cleveland Browns are traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Luca?
Yeah, I'm going with the dog pound. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. We saw them last week. That defense looked absolutely ferocious. Don't think it's going to look much better for Kirk Cousins. I'm going with the Browns.
Erin?
I'm taking the Browns. Like Luca said, the defense is unstoppable. And I just, for some reason, I trust Mayfield over Kirk Cousins. So I'm taking the Browns.
Once again, I'm going with you guys in a clean sweep. I think Myles Garrett last week having 4.5 sacks alone should definitely worry Kirk Cousins. And with no Dalvin Cook, I think Myles Garrett's going to have a free fall for him. So the next game we have here is the Detroit Lions, who suffered a heartbreaker yesterday at the Chicago Bears. I think Detroit finally gets their first win. They suffered the heartbreaker yesterday. I think the Lions are getting their first win.
I agree with you. No, I think the Lions, they're 0-3, but that doesn't really tell the tale of them. They've been in almost every single game they played in. They just had a devastating loss to the Ravens in a field goal. In week 1, they almost came back against the 49ers and down by a lot of points. So, no, I think the Lions need more respect, so I'm taking Lions here.
I'm taking Lions too. I think Goff could get his first win. And you're right, they're getting closer and closer. They just need like one more chance. And yeah, as much as I love